Hello and welcome to the video where we are going to show you how to create and implement an interface in Java using Netbeans. On the left hand side here we can see that we have got a package called interface example with a class called interface example. We are going to implement the interface as specified here in the comments. It is called car, it has two constants, one an int called engine capacity, another a boolean called isHybrid. It also has an abstract method called ignition that takes one input, i.e. an int fuel, and returns nothing. So in order to implement this interface we will obviously need to create it first. So if I click on the package and right click and go to new and go to Java interface within Netbeans, it will allow me to name the interface that I wish to create. So if I click on finish, I have got my interface here, but it has no members as of yet. I could obviously type them out, but being lazy, I will go here and just copy and paste what I need from the commented section and go to copy, go back to my interface, go into the appropriate section and paste. Now we can see here that while we do both variables are public, they have yet to be initialized. So I will give them the default values for initialization. They are of course static and final, so these initial values should be what you want to keep the values to. So this is most of what I need to do within the creation of an interface. However, my method here, there are a few things to point out. Number one, it is an abstract method even though it doesn't have the keyword abstract. But also two, it doesn't even have the curly brackets that most methods have, denoting that it is an abstract method. So now I want to implement the interface car. It is a very rare example that I have here in where that car and the class that is going to implement that interface are in the same package. Normally you would import it, but for demonstrative purposes they are in the same package. So the first thing I need to do in my class is on the title of the class type in the keyword implements and the name of the interface. Netbeans will show a warning. Interface example is not abstract and does not override abstract method ignition in car. Basically what that is implying is that I need to make the abstract method in car, i.e. ignition, concrete at this stage. So I place the cursor where I want to put the method, and just for saving myself a bit of time I'll go into car and copy the signature, which is easy enough, and copy that and go back to interface example and give myself a bit of space and paste, and obviously put in the two enclosing curly brackets of the method. Now it will still give me a warning stating that I need to add the override annotation, which I will do now. So basically what this is implying is that this method here, ignition, is overriding the ignition method within car. So what I need to do now is that for simplicity's sake just put in some simple code. SOUT, and let's just say in interface example class. So now this class has got its own ignition method here. I can, if I need to now, use that functionality, and just to show that working I will instantiate an example of this object. Interface example A is equal to new interface example. And if I wanted, then I can just do a dot, and this calls up all the methods that I have got, and you can see there that it has got ignition. So I get that, and obviously it takes an int, so I'll just type in 10, and I will clean and build, and I will run this, and you can see here in the output it prints out the print that I have in my version of the ignition method. So this is a very brief example of how we create and implement an interface.